So today we're going to do a finger independence exercise. It's a good exercise for a warm-up and building muscle independence in each of your fingers on your fretting hand. So first, we're just going to put our first finger on the 5th fret, our second finger on the 6th fret, third finger on the 7th fret, fourth finger on the 8th fret. They're each going to get one of their own frets to be in. And we're just moving up and down the strings like this. We're not using our right hand today. You can put that off to the side. Okay, so I learned this at a camp, and it's kind of like a spider exercise, or I like to think about it as leapfrogging. And so first, our first finger will be on the 5th fret of the E string, second finger on the 6th fret of the E string, third finger on the 7th fret of the A string, and then fourth finger on the 8th fret of the A string. And so now you're just going to leapfrog your fingers. So my first and second finger are going to jump to the D string. Then my third and fourth finger are going to jump and leapfrog to the G string. Then my first and second are going to leapfrog to the B string, and then third and fourth to the high E string. Once you made it to the top, you come all the way back down. So you want to be nice and relaxed when you're doing this. You can think about your breath, inhaling and exhaling. And go as slow as you need to. Good. So there are different variations on this exercise. This is variation 1. Variation 2, your first finger stays there, and now your fourth finger comes onto the E string on the 8th fret. Your second and third finger are now on the A string, on the 6th and 7th frets. Now we're going to leapfrog. Same thing, just leapfrog them. And so when you're doing this exercise, you want to make sure that your fingers are touching the fret at the exact same time. You also want to think think about where the tension is. Right now I'm squeezing pretty hard, and my thumb, the place in between my thumb and my index finger, is building some tension. So I want to try and relax my hand if I can, maybe move my thumb around, get it to a place that's more comfortable, maybe bend it a little bit to release some of that tension. Good. And the last variation is going to look like this. First and third finger on the 5th and 7th fret of the E string, second and fourth fingers on the 6th and 8th fret of the A string. And then we just do the leapfrogs again. This is the hardest variation, so really take your time with it. Good. Now there are 3 more variations, and those variations are just going to be the opposite of what we've already done. So now third and fourth finger are here, and first and second finger on the A string. Okay, variation 5 is going to be like this. Second and third finger on the E string, first and fourth finger on the A string. Do your leapfrog up and down. Good. And then the last variation, second and fourth on the E string, first and third on the A string. Again, this is the hardest. Variation 3 and variation 6 are going to be hard. I just messed it up. Okay, so when you're doing these exercises, the last tip I'll give you is you want to focus on the fingers that you're not moving, so the fingers you're pushing down. So when I want to move my first and second finger, I focus on pushing down these third and fourth finger, and then these are going to lift up, and now vice versa. Now I think about pushing down my first and second finger, and my third and fourth lift up. And that will help you when you're first starting out, and then you can just say, oh, I want to lift these up, and they'll lift up. But think about pushing down at first, and it's going to really help you improve, especially for variation 3 and variation 6. Easy. That's it for today. This is going to really help you build finger independence in your left hand, allow you to play chords faster. and also single note lines. So comment below, let me know how it's going, and I hope this helps you out in your playing. Have a great day.